Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns, and I have some items I wanted to show you today. I visited the Chilliwack gun show in the past. It's a local gun show, roughly about 35-40 minutes away from me, so it's easy for me to hit when they have that once a year. And there's lots of different products. There usually a lot of older long guns, but there's pistols, there's a lot of accessories, knives, knickknacks, some antique items, pretty much a little bit of everything there. So I've usually got my eyes open for something interesting, maybe something I haven't seen yet, or something that's a little bit rare, and I try to pick these things up. So what do I have here today? I've got 3 items that I bought, and so I've got this Daisy Desert Eagle. Really cool. I mean, I haven't ever seen one of these before. This is the Powerline Model 400, and it's no longer in production. I believe it was made back in '96, so it's it's a bit old. I'd say it's obviously close to 20 years old now, and it's a blowback gun, which is kind of cool. You don't see, well, this is one of the first blowback guns, I guess, or early model blowbacks. I believe the PPK came in just after it. There wasn't really a lot of blowbacks going on back then, so really interesting. It is a BB pistol, and it has this sort of removable magazine. You don't have to remove it to load it, but it probably makes it easier. So you just pop your BBs in there, right? And then you put it in the top, right? Pops in. And what's interesting is you'll see here is this basically goes in there, and as you're shooting, the trigger seals up the barrel, right? And allows for single action shooting. So really cool gun. Basically to get at the CO2, it's right there. Okay, and you have your CO2 screw. That's the only real, ugly looking thing, but that's, back in the day, that's what they did. A lot of Daisy guns have that, but you'll see here, Daisy's in really good condition, pretty much brand new. For being 20 years old, I don't think this gun's been shot very much. Kind of has this interesting safety. It's mostly plastic, metal trigger, metal safety, metal hammer. As you can see, there's some metal internal parts, a metal barrel. I believe it's 20 rounds, something like that. But, really neat gun. I picked this one up actually for $65. I don't know if that's a great price or not, but being the condition and the rarity of it, I believe it to be a good price. It's worth $65 to me anyways, for sure. All right, what else? Well, actually, I did want to show you the closest gun I kind of have to it. And this is the Umarex pellet, basically the Desert Eagle pellet, blowback pellet, Desert Eagle, got a little tongue-tied there. And, this is basically a blowback pellet shooter, 8-round magazine, a little different setup, fairly powerful. You're going to get around close to 450 feet per second. Not a lot of shots per mag, but this is a really cool gun. Quite a bit more expensive, actually, and very accurate. This gun is crazy accurate. All right, next up, we have a little blanker here. And this is an automatic pistol. Let's see if I can get in here. What is it again here? It's hard to read because it's a little bit corroded. Not really corroded, but it's a little worn there. It's the model 110 cal, 8mm cal, and this is made in West Germany. So I believe this goes back to the 80s. So mid-80s or so, when West Germany was still around. So you've got your safety back here, right? It's basically an 8mm blank shooter. It's front firing, right? So you've got the little metal rod in here, a lot of metal parts in it, metal barrel, metal pins and things like that, metal extractor, hammer, things like that, right? Lots of metal parts, and you can see here the magazine. Pretty cool pistol, right? Very neat. And I paid a little bit for this gun, a little bit corroded on this side, just a little bit, but not much. I wouldn't say corroded, but the finish is kind of coming off. It's really in good shape, though, considering this gun is a good 30 plus years old. Okay, so you can see it's made by SM. All right, so you can get in here. You can see that sort of rod that goes down the inside of the barrel there, but it is metal. You can actually kind of see it. There's metal lined and stuff in there. Pretty cool gun. And I did actually have everything with it. So this is the original box, the original manual. Okay, shows you how to take it apart. I took it apart and almost lost a part. I searched for about an hour and a half and found this little pin that came out when I was trying to put it back in. It was in a little box. Somehow it managed to find its way into a box in my room. So that's pretty cool. It did come with these original blanks. And you can see even these blanks are old and kind of corroded. whoops, over time, they just kind of get tarnished, I guess, right? I've got the red fronts on them. Kind of cool. But yeah, I paid a little bit for it, more than I would normally pay for a blank gun, but it's very unique. You can't get these in Canada so easily. I paid, I believe, $200, I think it was, for that one. And, you know, the closest gun I have to it would be an Tuna. You know, an Tuna is basically a newer gun we used to sell a few years ago. And, you know, similar in the way that the front half stays put while the rear slide portion moves back. But definitely a different gun, and another, you know, blank shooter, right? So you got these same type of magazine style, right, with the magazine release on the back. But both of these guns are roughly the same size, similar design. I'd say that the this SM model is going to be a little bit higher quality, quite a bit higher quality, because it's German made, you know, several years ago with lots more metal parts. All right, you're probably wondering what this crazy thing is right here. This is a stun baton, and we're not really allowed traditional stun guns here in Canada, especially the small ones, but because of the length of this, it's not considered concealable or anything like that. You have to wear it basically dangling off your belts, right? You can take it out in public, I guess. You just have to, you know, I wouldn't walk around a mall with it, but if you're, say, going to the dog park, or you're going for a walk, you know, maybe you're going for a walk in the bush, you're worried about animals coming at you or something like that, or you're going down a back alley and maybe you're worried about, you know, human animals coming at you. You know, again, we have to be careful about our protection, our self-defense type stuff here in Canada. But this is basically a flashlight. So it's got this button on the back. So it is a flashlight, right? So you can, you know, if someone were to come at you and you were to accidentally bump it into stun mode, you know, accidentally they might walk into it while you were pressing that, and that would definitely disable them. There wouldn't be a problem with that at all. You can actually smell the ozone that's created from that. It's crazy. It's 1,000,000 volts. Do not get close to that. And, you know, wow, it's an ozonator, and just basically I can smell the ozone coming off of it. Basically, you know, if that doesn't work, then you could give them a good whack with it, I guess. It's got some weight to it, and again, you know, you've got your flashlight, so that's kind of cool. And that's it. I mean, I paid like 65 or 70 bucks for that, something like that. This is the little box that it came in. Nothing fancy. It did have a little manual in it, and you just recharge it. And apparently these guys who were showing it off, they said they charged it once and they've been basically demoing it for weeks on the same charge. So it doesn't use up a lot of the batteries. The batteries just basically go in the back here. Nothing too fancy. All right, so that's that. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm not sure, you know, I would like to see a product like this in a Replica Airgun store. I think it's pretty cool. There's definitely people out there who are looking for, you know, something in their home just to give them a bit more sense of safety or security, right? Having something like this in your home just gives you maybe that little one-up on somebody who might come wandering in who's not in the right mind. And you just want to make sure that they don't do any harm to you, and that you don't do too much harm back to them either. All right, thanks for watching another Replica Airguns video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter. Username is Replica Airguns. Also, come on down to replicairguns.com where I've got articles, posts, reviews, a lot of other information there for you. We also have our Canada and US online Replica Airgun stores where we sell air guns, BB guns, pellet guns, airsoft guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.